This is Hannibal and Piper here from the HannibalTV.com with some breaking news. I guess the reason why Matt Riddle has mysteriously been taken off of WWE TV and events is because it's come out, according to bodyslam.net, that he failed his second drug test since earlier in the summer when he lost a proposed match against Seth Rollins at SummerSlam due to that as punishment. And now apparently he's in a quote unquote rehab or fired situation and has apparently entered rehab or is about to go into it. He was written off television last week after being attacked following his Raw match. I did look it up. Apparently for alcohol and marijuana, they're more lenient than other drugs. And I've even heard from some people that it's questionable whether they even test everyone for marijuana now all the time because it's legal in so many places, including Canada and many states. But according to this, it's only a $2,500 fine for marijuana. And apparently if you consume alcohol within 12 hours of a WWE appearance or event, you can also get in shit. But those are the two more lenient ones. They say non-medical use of steroids is banned, but I do understand that you could use testosterone replacement therapy. And of course, like, it all depends who you are. From what it seems like, as far as how strict you're tested, we saw Brock Lesnar failed the UFC test a few years ago when they reversed the decision against Mark Hunt and called his fight a draw because he failed the test, but he was still allowed to compete in SummerSlam. The Rock, who's rumored to be coming back, is in his 50s now, and you can see his body is much better now than in the 90s when he was in WWE in his quote-unquote physical prime. So for the big stars, I mean, there's John Cena. Like, you could say what you want. He's jacked a lot of the times, like massively jacked. So I don't know. I don't even care. I'm just saying it wasn't released what Matt Riddle was caught doing yet. So I guess that will come out. All I'm saying is, since it appears weed is only a fine, who knows if it's weed, but I hope it's nothing more serious because, I mean, I think he has a family and stuff. Tom, we don't know what it is. We really don't know what it is, but I don't really care, to be perfectly honest. Wrestling was better. The characters were better in the 80s, where they didn't test for anything.